Sorry.
Can I? Why are we laughing?
Don't laugh.
I'm so sorry. Guys, you know what? I'm KB and I want to get this on. Did someone just fart?
It's my fucking laugh. Oh god, right, I'm crying. Right, we're good. We're good. Compose. Okay, sorry. Okay, good.
Hello!
Oh my god.
Go on then.
I'm good. It's you. It's something set you off. Oh, okay.
This is the point, like, if anyone says anything like chicken, you go,
Chicken. Let me get a tissue. I promise I'll be dead quick. Oh.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and here we are to discuss England vs Japan.
You didn't know it was like
I was
did
going
you?
to say Argentina. England's win over Japan in order to finish top of Group
D.
Yeah.
Group D. It's been a long night.
Yeah. So firstly, let's just get everyone's thoughts on how the overall England performance was before.
To be honest, like, we were kind of watching both games at once, obviously the Scotland game as well. So it
Drama, by the way.
yeah, it was hard to
Absolute drama.
kind of focus on because there was so much going on, especially in that Scotland game. And when you compare it to the England game, like it seemed a bit on like on a different level of like there's something happening all the time. But I feel like for England that's a solid win. Like all they needed to do was win that game and then get full 9 points over the whole of their group stage kind of tournament, and then build on confidence to go into the round of 16 stage and kind of get it all together, kind of bring the full package, and obviously bring in players in like Stanway who've never started a World Cup game before and everything like that. I think that's just top experience for those kind of players as well.
Yeah.
And then now that means they're not getting thrown into the deep end when it comes to maybe the quarterfinals, semi-finals, when they're needed if players get injured or something like that. I think it was quite a slow-paced game, which I wasn't really expecting, because I know Japan play quite quick football, and then when we're switched on, we play quick as well, like quite swift passes. But I think what more could you ask for than 2-0 and picking up all 9 points from all three games? So I'm happy with it, and there won't be much that I change really. I mean, we did concede. Like if we didn't concede, I'd be like, don't concede, but we didn't, so it was fine.
Yeah, there was actually nothing wrong with what happened. There was a couple of times where Japan did get in behind the defence, but then
It was the early chance that Bardsey had to save, which I was a little bit like, oh heck.
but like
Here we go.
Yeah.
but the defence always picked up like the second ball, like
Yeah.
always made the second challenge, which so it didn't make you nervous at any point.
No.
No, I think as well, like everything you've just touched on there is bang on. You know, seeing Stanway come in was really good. I've been wanting to see more of her throughout the tournament, to be honest. And obviously, it's difficult. She's got a squad to pick from, but yeah, as you said, it's her first World Cup. To see her start a game was fantastic, and she was hugely involved in the first goal. Great bit of skill from her, and then a great finish by Ellen, who's actually like been absolutely flying for the tournament. That would have been brought to 3 goals now, hasn't it, out of 2 games, 2 full games. So yeah, really pleased for them. And yeah, you know, it's a bit frustrating. We kept saying throughout the game that the thing that concerns me is you look at like contenders to win it so far in this tournament, and you've got the States. Obviously, we all know
They've
about
almost gone like above and beyond, haven't they?
That's it, and we've not really done, like, I know France were a bit lucky the other night against Nigeria, but you know they've been winning like sort of like 4 goals and such, and the States the same. They'd won 13-0, then they won 3-0 the other night. Could have been more. So I feel like England, although we've won 3 games, we've not absolutely turned anyone over. That said, it's a tough group that we were in. Scotland are a good side. We got the 3 points there. Argentina were a tough side to break down, but we came out on top there. And then Japan.
We seem to be just grinding them out. Like, we are having to work hard for the games, but at no point during any of these 3 games I thought we're going to lose.
Yeah, and we've
And
not
that's a different mentality with maybe what's happened over previous years. I feel like we're not going to lose because we seem to have control. I don't know that's whether because of the more experienced players that have come in and be able to kind of take a grasp of the game like Horton. But that I feel confident in the fact that we can go far because we've been quite successively brilliant in being able to keep pace with the game and things like that and scoring. But we said it as well earlier. I wish we would be scoring more, just to kind of keep up with the likes of USA, France, and Germany even of the last game as well.
Yeah, Germany are one. But do you not think though as well? Sorry, I've started taking on the. Because do you not think that might be a good thing that like maybe England maybe we haven't seen us in fifth gear yet, and maybe like teams might be less wary of us if they, if we had been turning teams over and winning 3-4-0, and people might be going, England are up there, they're one of the favourites, whereas we still top the group, we've still got 3 out of 3, but no one is talking about us too much, because I think there's them teams like France, USA, Germany, as you just said, maybe even Holland, that might have put in slightly better performances, more not better sort of performances, because as you said, what could be better than getting 3 points? That's all that matters first and foremost. But maybe more star-dazzled performances where people are like, oh, what a side. Whereas England haven't necessarily done that yet. But if we can save that for the tournament as it progresses, then I guess that might not be such a bad thing either.
No, definitely. You want that top performance to come in like a quarter-final or a semi-final. Like where you beat a team 4-0 or something like that. Cause
just bringing up Madrid again, aren't they? Just bringing up Barca in my. Sorry, Kate, carry on.
Well, anywhere we can squeeze it in.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, I did that to myself then, so I'm sorry, mate.
No, but yeah, I think
you don't want to peak too early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think, and especially because like players like you said before, Stanway's getting the first start in early today. I thought she was brilliant. I thought she was one of the standout players for us today, and that bodes well for the rest of the tournament. As in, that if you do start her, she can offer you something more,
definitely.
Or if she comes off the bench, she can offer you something more, because she was taking shots from outside the box today, which no other player was doing. And which
I think no other players have had the confidence to do it. Yeah. Like these are players that play week in, week out, not only in the WSL, obviously abroad at the same time, but they've got the experience, but you kind of just sometimes want to shake them like, come on, like just have a go, like pressure the keeper, make the keeper make a save, anything like that, just to get a shot on target, like that sort of thing. And I think it was brilliant of Phil to get Stanway in today to kind of, because then Stanway took a few shots outside of the box, and then Jill Scott made that shot out of the box, so it's almost like, oh, if I see someone else doing it, I'm going to do it as well.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and I'm glad that we kind of caught on to the fact that that's what we need to try. Sort of progress
instead of like passing it into the net sometimes and trying to and as you say,
like the perfect goal doesn't have to be the
perfect goal is a goal, isn't it, right? Like first and foremost, and I think like as you said, you saw that the likes of Frank Kirby, who I thought was brilliant in the previous game against Argentina, obviously didn't play today. Especially in the Scotland game, it's frustrating to see, especially earlier on in the game, the amount of chances and good positions we find ourselves in, and you're screaming, just hit it. And it's like that last second, we're going to pass out to the wing or pass back, and that caution. But I think, and that's the good thing with this side is Phil's picked, we've obviously got Jill Scott, who's been fantastic, I think, throughout the 3 games, has been one of the best. Karen Bardsley, Karen Bardsley as well. Karen Carney, don't know why I just totally forgot her name there for a second. That was I'm getting old, that's why. So you've got your experienced one, Steph Outons, but then you've also got your Georgia Stanways and the like. And I think sometimes it takes like your 19-year-old to come on fearless. Just fearless, no pressure. A bit of fresh, and she's there instead of going, oh, this might be my last World Cup, and I want to make sure she's like, this is my first World Cup. Not got any pressure on me. I'm gonna have a go, and like you said, it's infectious then, and it kind of makes everybody else go.
Kind of like Frank Kirby when she first started out, when she went to the World Cup first. She just kind of did it, and she was like, I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I'll know for next time. But if it does work, that's put us ahead. So I think it's so important to have that sort of balance, and we spoke about it a lot before the World Cup even started, of having that balance of experienced players and maybe quite young innocent players, because you're rounding that player with the experience, with actually going to a tournament for next time that it happens, that you're like, they know what to expect and they know what to bring, and they kind of can establish themselves. Like she's got a pretty good. Stanway's got a pretty good idea of where she stands in that team. Like Phil Neville came out and said, "I'm picking my best team to play against Japan," and for a 19-year-old to be named in Phil Neville's England Lionesses best starting squad is massive, and I'm sure we absolutely like over the moon with that.
Yeah, 100%. You can see the reaction from the bench as well when she went off. Like everyone was buzzing for her.
Yeah.
And like giving her high fives and stuff like that. So she's got to be sitting there now, like happy with her performance and how she's done. I think the whole team will really, like obviously it wasn't a high scoring game, but
I think they'll be disappointed with the second half. I was slightly disappointed because I just kind of feel like we switched off a little bit and weren't 100% focused on kind of permitting that Japan attack.
Yeah.
They were getting through, and I think it might have been a little bit of fatigueness, but which could be worrying this early. Yeah. I think Millie Bright for me kind of dotted off towards the end of the kind of halfway through the second half. And it's important for your centre halves to be switched on all the time, but I think they've played quite a few games in a short space of time. They've travelled as well as that, so it's
gone back and forth between they've played in Nice twice now. Do you mean?
Back across France,
and it's a hell of a trek to get from like one place in France to another, and Le Havre especially, and so they're bound to be tired, aren't they? And I think it's definitely, we've definitely not seen that England hit the levels that we know they can, but that, as I said, is maybe a good thing that's yet to come as we progress throughout the tournament. So
definitely.
I'll take that. Top of the group, only 1 goal conceded, 3 wins.
That is incredible when you stay it off like that though. In a World Cup as well. It's not just any game.
It's coming home.
It's coming out. I'm buzzing though, genuinely. Like I think this tournament we will. I'm excited to see England test themselves against some of the bigger teams now.
I think that's what we need now to really focus where we are.
It's the same with him. That's what he said about USA today, wasn't it? It was like you want to see them against like a France or a Netherlands.
You can't gauge them, can you?
Yeah. You want to see two top quality teams against each other because you haven't really had to experience that. Like obviously you had Germany, Spain, and stuff like that. But then I think group stages are always a bit messy because you're still trying to test your squad out and stuff like that, aren't you?
Yeah.
So now round 16, all that type of stuff is really where teams are tested. So it'll be interesting to see who everyone draws. I've got no idea.
I wouldn't know how the system works.
I've got no idea who could get who at all. But
I wish they'd just hurry up and tell us soon so we can start like getting hyped and.
I'm sure you'll be able to find.
It'll be imminently, won't it? So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I think as well, just on today's game, like because we all were like, whoa, because I think it was coming for a while. It felt like if there was going to be a goal, it was going to be Japan. But that tackle from Steph Houghton, we don't know what you say, but we've got to mixture it on Houghton.
I used to say Houghton, but then we got told it was Houghton, so I'm a little bit scared. I don't know.
Who told you that?
Can't remember.
Someone of importance.
No.
Well then.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Anyway, Steph. One of the best tackles of the
centre back of England.
She was quality, wasn't she, today?
Barnsley as well. Control out from the back.
Yeah.
KB.
Come on, it's coming home. Go team. Amy's impressions of KB are the best things you've ever seen.
We recorded ourselves watching the game, so there'll be a few clips of it.
Oh my God.
Put out
that's for like end of year bloopers.
I might just put a few clips out on social just because it'll be easier.
Because they're just funny as well, aren't they?
But I'll definitely find a good clip of Amy doing a Cam Bardsley impression.
So we're about Lucy Bronze getting winded as well.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Bronzy. But no, I think like I'm just buzzing for the rest of the tournament now. Like
I want to crack on and get on with it now.
Get into the nitty gritty.
The group stages have just taken too long for me. I'm quite an impatient person. I want to like, come on, rattle them off.
There's actually been like 3 games on a day as well. I haven't been able to keep up with everything because I'm like, there's just so much happening and going on. And I'm like, just tell me who's through.
Yeah.
I know who's through. Like now.
Don't write me a letter.
But that's it though, isn't it? There's a lot of games to get through, and you know, we were saying that before. I love World Cups and I love the fact there's footy on all the time. But as the excitement builds and stuff, you do just want to start seeing a bit more like the Clash of the Titans, which obviously is what we're going to start to see, and hopefully it'll be a good draw. Like a kind draw,
Yeah.
because it's like they always say, you're gonna have to play the best teams if you want to go all the way. Because
To be the best, you've got to beat the best.
Exactly. However, you do want to save them for as late as possible, so you can
It's
got a
about
better
building
chance of
momentum now,
progressing.
isn't it?
That's it. Get a few, get a team that hopefully we can win comfortably and just building confidence. And no game's going to be easy, is it? But
It's a World
I
Cup.
think
at the
it's
end
a
of the day.
World Cup. Not that you'd have said that if you watched USA Thailand the other week, like.
Definitely not. But yeah, that's been our instant match reaction for England versus Japan. Like you said, hopefully the draw is kind to us and we get a nice team that we can just.
Has any draw ever been kind to
No.
England, men or women? Though, let's be honest.
No, that's very true. But whatever happens,
Fingers crossed, then.
we'll have a nice Nando's and a good laugh.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
My stomach is hurting from that thing. I'm not gonna
I've
lie.
got sore cheeks.
Yeah. Well, I've got gonna have a 6-pack from laughing soon.
Yeah.
Cheeks hurt.
England won.
England won, and Amy can't handle lemon and herb. Smashing it.
That's what we learned. But yeah, thank you for
Look
watching.
at checklist. Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Remember to like the video, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for whatever other videos we film.
Bye.
It's coming.